Today our topic is why Seneca warned against materialism. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, lived a long time ago, but his ideas are still very important today. He believed that focusing too much on money, things, and material possessions can make us unhappy. In his letters and writings, Seneca often talked about the dangers of materialism. He said that when we spend too much time chasing wealth and material things, we forget what really matters in life. Seneca believed that true happiness comes from within, not from the things we own. He warned that materialism can lead to stress, greed, and a feeling of never having enough. Let's explore why Seneca thought this way and what we can learn from his advice. First, Seneca believed that materialism creates a false sense of security. Many people think that if they have enough money or nice things, they will be safe and happy. But Seneca argued that this is not true. He said that material things can be taken away from us at any time. For example, money can be lost, a house can burn down, or expensive items can break. If we depend on these things for our happiness, we will always feel insecure. Seneca taught that real security comes from our character, our values, and our ability to handle challenges. He believed that if we focus on building a strong mind and a good heart, we will feel more stable and content, no matter what happens in life. Second, Seneca warned that materialism leads to endless desire. When we start chasing material things, we often find that we never have enough. For example, someone might buy a nice car, but after a while, they want an even better one. Or they might buy a big house, but then they want a bigger one. This cycle of wanting more and more can make us feel empty and unsatisfied. Seneca called this the trap of desire. He believed that the more we have, the more we want, and this can never lead to true happiness. Instead, Seneca advised us to focus on what we already have and to be grateful for it. He said that gratitude is the key to a peaceful and happy life. Third, Seneca thought that materialism distracts us from what really matters. When we spend all our time working to buy things or worrying about money, we forget to enjoy life. We might miss spending time with family and friends, or we might neglect our health and well-being. Seneca believed that life is short and that we should use our time wisely. He said that instead of chasing material things, we should focus on relationships, experiences, and personal growth. These are the things that bring true joy and meaning to our lives. Seneca also believed that materialism can harm our relationships. When we focus too much on money and possessions, we might start to value people based on what they have, rather than who they are. This can lead to jealousy, competition, and even conflict. Seneca taught that true friendship and love are based on trust, respect, and kindness, not on material things. He believed that if we want to have good relationships, we should focus on being good people, not on being rich or successful. Another reason Seneca warned against materialism is that it can make us lose sight of our values. When we are too focused on money and things, we might start to make choices that go against our principles. For example, we might lie, cheat, or hurt others to get what we want. Seneca believed that living a good life means staying true to our values, even when it is difficult. He said that integrity and honesty are more important than wealth and success. He believed that if we live with integrity, we will feel proud of ourselves and be respected by others. Seneca also thought that materialism can make us forget about the bigger picture. When we are busy chasing material things, we might not think about the impact of our actions on others or on the world. Seneca believed that we should live in a way that is good for everyone, not just for ourselves. He said that we should be kind, fair, and responsible. He believed that true happiness comes from contributing to the well-being of others and making the world a better place. So, what can we learn from Seneca's warnings about materialism? First, we should remember that material things are not the key to happiness. True happiness comes from within, from our character, our values, and our relationships. Second, we should be careful not to fall into the trap of endless desire. Instead of always wanting more, we should focus on being grateful for what we already have. Third, we should use our time wisely and focus on what really matters in life, like relationships, experiences, and personal growth. Fourth, we should value people for who they are, not for what they have. And finally, we should live with integrity and think about the bigger picture, making choices that are good for everyone. Seneca's advice is not always easy to follow, especially in a world that often values money and success above all else. But if we try to live by his teachings, we can find more peace, happiness, and meaning in our lives. We can learn to appreciate the simple things, to be grateful for what we have, and to focus on what really matters. Seneca believed that the best life is one that is lived with wisdom, kindness, and purpose. By avoiding the trap of materialism, we can live a life that is truly rich not in money or things, but in joy, love, and fulfillment. In conclusion, Seneca warned against materialism because he saw how it can lead to unhappiness, stress, and a loss of values. He believed that true wealth is not about money or possessions, but about the quality of our character and the depth of our relationships. He taught us to focus on what really matters in life, and to live with gratitude, integrity, and purpose. By following Seneca's advice, we can avoid the pitfalls of materialism and find true happiness and peace. Life is short, and we should make the most of it by focusing on what brings us real joy and meaning. Let us remember Seneca's wisdom and strive to live a life that is rich in love, kindness, and purpose, rather than in material things.